This is the first elk tag I've ever drawn. I've been putting in for 5 or 6 years now, and super excited. I've gotten to go out and help my mom and dad and some of my dad's friends on hunts, and I just loved it, chasing after big bulls. They're amazing animals. I couldn't wait to get out there and get one for myself.
It was great, you know, especially hunting father and sons and them to enjoy it as I enjoy it with my dad, you know, that it means the world to me, so I know it does to them as well, to be able to share these hunts with their father. And
part of what we do here on Prime Revolution, we're raising our kids to be in the outdoors. They've killed some nice animals, and they're respectful to the animal and respectful to the people around them. And part of being in the outdoors and raising your kids in the outdoors is part of that.
The traditions of the outdoor sportsman are more important than ever, and it's up to us to pass them on to others. Two families, one passion. To inspire the next generation of ethical hunters and conservationists, continuing the legacy of hunting and fishing in the outdoors.
For this hunt, we get to go to Ely, Nevada to pursue elk with Bullridge Guide Service, and that's their specialty, and can't wait to get out there.
We're completing the trifecta for Connor in eastern Nevada again with the Bullridge Guides. Trevor, Chuck, Brock completing the season for Connor. Drew 3 tags in Nevada, and we're here hunting elk.
This is the first elk tag I've ever drawn. I've been putting in for 5 or 6 years now, and super excited. I've gotten to go out and help my mom and dad and some of my dad's friends on hunts, and I just loved it, chasing after big bulls. They're amazing animals. I couldn't wait to get out there and get one for myself.
It's been a great season for the Bullridge guys. They've killed some monster bulls here, per usual. It's what they do. I don't know that there's anybody better, and certainly in this state for sure, and maybe not anywhere.
yeah, we've been hunting with Clint and Mike at Prime Revolution for, you know, a few years now. We've killed a lot of great animals with them, and now their kids are starting to draw tags. They're getting up there in points, and they're taking some great bucks and bulls as well.
We're here in the last of the late season. It's a tough season. They've killed a ton of good bulls. Hopefully they left one out for us. The first morning, opening day, get here at 4:30 in the morning, get ready to roll. Trevor says, let's go to Denny's. So we went to Denny's. You always do what the guide says. So we go have some breakfast, and it's snowing out and nasty conditions, and the mountains fogged in.
First day, we're off to a slow start. Blizzard rolled in last night, and cloud cover's just kind of stuck in the mountains, so we can't really see much. So we just kind of hung out this morning, went and got breakfast, and we're just heading out now. There's supposed to be a little break in the weather, so hopefully the clouds lift up and we'll start seeing some elk. Great weather though. God, probably 3 or 4 inches of snow. Should be good. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is the first weather we've had since about October 1st. We had a little bit of snow then in that deer hunt, and then ever since then it's just been pretty warm and super dry. You know, it keeps them bulls tuckered down, and a lot of them just stick closer to the canyon bottoms. It makes them tough to see. First morning we went back to look for, I seen a group of 8 that were there 2 nights ago. So I wanted to go back and look at them. I could tell one of them was a better one. So we got over there in the morning, and first thing, the fog was just breaking a little bit. And I could see that group of bulls up there until, a couple of the better ones were in there. So then we just went there and sat for 4 hours or so for the fog to finally lift. And we'd seen another one bedded down and just kind of looking around, and finally, even Clint had mentioned, he said, that bull shouldn't be alone. And we looked back, and the bull had stood up and been bedded behind a tree.
Noon, we were looking at a small bull. At some point, the big bull stood up. We knew there was going to be another bull there. They're not. They're sitting there by themselves usually. And
Over there, that's where it's laying down below that rim rock.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's one your dad was saying. Look now, there's another one there.
Okay. It's a beautiful bull. He's got long points. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see him turn his head before I give you an answer to that. A ridge that goes up it like that, and he said they're just up on that.
the big bull finally stood up. These guys knew this bull. Trevor says, we probably should go shoot that bull. He asked Connor if he wanted to shoot him, and Connor said, well, I don't know. You gotta tell me what to shoot. I don't really know. And Trevor said, well, if you don't shoot him, somebody else is going to, because he's a really good bull, and he's the kind we want to get in the late season. So.
Have you seen that bull before?
Brock did.
Brock and Trevor actually found this bull in archery season in September. And when they saw him, they were like, yeah, that's gonna be a bull that we're gonna have to try to take out this year. Then they didn't see it after that, kind of just wandered off. And then when they spotted it today, they knew it was him and pulled up the video and showed us, which was really cool to see. And it was a pretty close-up video, so I got a real good view of him. And when I saw that video, I was like, yeah, we're gonna go after this one.
Yeah, we watched these bulls for several months leading up to these hunts, just pre-scouting. Get out there early in June, July in the velvet, watching a lot of them. And we kind of, over the years, been watching them so long and see them from year to year, watching them kind of grow up, and we kind of know where they're going to be in the velvet to where they're going to go rut and then end back up, in their winter range. So throughout this year, we've just kind of cataloging our bulls, marking them down. Brock's got a list of which ones we hunt when we get lucky and take them, and then we cross it off and say we still got, these bulls left, let's go look for them. And then, yeah, watching these bulls throughout these months until we finally get to take them, it really helps us with our field judging as well. We have an idea of what we think they are, and if we can find their sheds, that helps a ton, so we can measure up the points, see what they are.
All right, I think I'm gonna shoot him. Try, yeah. He's a beautiful bull. I don't see how you pass it.
No,
he's just
late
perfect.
hunts, not broke. It's heavy.
Super hard to pass that bull.
He's just like perfect.
Yeah.
All of his points.
Well, grab your stuff. We're actually just gonna walk from here with him. Keep looking down.
I looked in the vortex and I saw that all of his points were big, and I just noticed his mass. He was really, really heavy. And Trevor said, it's up to you if you want to go. If not, we're going to call another guy in and have him go in on it. And I couldn't pass him up, so we went in.
We made another mile, 3/4 mile, I guess, added on to the hike.
The hike up was super tiring, but I was just excited. I wanted to get up there. I was going as quick as I could. I didn't realize how steep the hill was and how far the walk was, but definitely the thought of the bull being up there and us having a chance just kept me going. I wanted to get up there and get set up and have a crack at him.
about 1,500 out right now. I think that other little knob right there should probably get us within, pretty good range. So yeah, I think we should be able to get there all right. We'll see.
I stopped and looked up the hill, and there was this doe just staring right at us, and I was scared that she was going to run around right to where the bull was.
On the way up there, we had one lower spot to where we can get to, and we got there, but we couldn't really see the bull, so we hiked up a little higher, and on the way up, a doe was up above us. Connor had seen it, and it was just, 100 and something yards looking at us, but we figured she'd go to the right.
She was looking down that way.
And we started hiking up higher, and she actually come back to the left with a few more deer. But luckily they ran downhill and not towards them bulls, so they stayed bedded.
Once we finally got to where we had a gap in the trees and got all set up, I was working on my rest and making sure everything was solid. It was 500 yards, and we sat there for probably a good 30 to 45 minutes before the bull moved. But we knew exactly where he was, and we had a gap on each side of the tree, so either way he came out, we were set up good.
Us a crack.
On the way up there, we had a spot where we wanted to get to, and it was right at 503 yards, and it seems like, a decent shot distance-wise, but, a lot of our guys and our guns and our hunters practice, that shot, and nowadays it's pretty common.
When he stood up, I thought he was going to come out on the left side, but he turned around and started to come out on the right side very slowly, just feeding. And so I was just looking at the tree through the scope, and all I could see was his fronts come out and his next points and then his royals, and I was trying not to look at his horns, but all I could do was look at his horns. I was like, wow, he's bigger than I think he is. Yeah. looking at the tree through the scope, and all I could see was his fronts come out and his next points and then his royals, and I was just looking at his horns.
You ready, Connor? Okay.
Yes! Oh, that was awesome. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm freezing now. I started sweating coming up the hill, and then I got set up and I started freezing. I had to get my coat back on. Oh, thank you, Trev. That was awesome.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, perfect. Just hard shot. Yeah.
Smoked it.
I was shaking really bad after I made the shot on that bull. I don't think I've ever shaken that much in my life. That was the most excitement I've ever had. Definitely the coolest animal I've ever harvested. They're just huge. I couldn't believe how big his body was, and he's beautiful.
Yeah,
his
he's
points are when he was
real
coming
dark
out
horned, good mass.
when he's coming out behind the tree. I was just looking at his horns. I was like, oh God, I can't mess this up. Let's go recover him. Whew, I can't wait to get up to him. We made our way up to him, and we probably had an hour of daylight left. When I walked up to him, I did not realize how heavy he was. His horns were like that big around. They were giant. I would say this is probably my new favorite hunt to go on for sure. Elk hunting it's just awesome. The animals are just beautiful and giant. I couldn't ask for more.
So glad I got to walk in there and help these boys pack out. It was, I wouldn't have missed it for anything. It was a stroke getting me in there. We made her.
It was great, especially hunting father and sons and them to enjoy it as I enjoy it with my dad, that it means the world to me, so I know it does to them as well, to be able to share these hunts with their father, and we enjoy them guys. It's always a great time having them out here hunting deer, elk, whatever it is, we're game to hunt with them.
Well, this is the first bull elk I've ever harvested, first time ever getting the tag, and I could not be more amazed and happy. Just an absolute giant bull. Just how much horn there is on him, it's unbelievable. All of his points are giant too. His royals are giant. He's got the dagger points, had a little extra coming off here. Just one heck of a bull.
Great hunt, bud. Proud of you. Great shot.
Thank you.
Right in the heart. Very good shot, 500 yards.
It was awesome to have my dad there with me, because when he had all his elk tags before, I get to go with him and help him out, and now he gets to help me out. It was pretty cool being on the other side of it.
So, part of what we do here on Prime Revolution, we're raising our kids to be in the outdoors, respect the outdoors, and it's really very proud of our kids. Me and Mike, Joey and Connor are, really grown up to be very, very respectful kids, and they've killed some nice animals, and they're respectful to the animal and respectful to the people around them, and part of being in the outdoors and raising your kids in the outdoors is part of that.
Then by the time we had to start processing him out, it was dark and it was cold. But we were way up on the mountain. We were above all the clouds. It was an amazing view down into the valley. We all had heavy packs and made our way down the mountain, and it was a little rough with the snow because there was a bunch of rocks, loose rocks that you couldn't see, so you'd step on them and fall. And I carried the horns out, and I would get stuck on every single tree going down the mountain. I'd look and I'd be like, oh, I'm okay. And then I'd hit the tree and slip and fall. But it was fun. I'd do it again.
It's great to be a part of their success as well. You know, they help us when they can, and we help them when we can. You know, it's a great friendship that we've created with them guys over the years, and we wouldn't trade it for anything.